Alex, how was the experience?
Yeah, unbelievable to play a match on Rod Laver. You know, growing up as a kid, it's always something I'd dreamed of doing, and to do it out there, not just on Rod Laver Arena, but with Rod Laver in the crowd, that was pretty special.
Zverev said afterwards that he thought you could make the top 100, maybe top 50. What does that mean to you to hear that from your peers?
Yeah, obviously that's it's good for me to hear something like that from a top guy who thinks I have potential, to crack the top 100 and then the top 50. Yeah, that gives me a lot of confidence in my game.
Hello. Kim Birrell came off yesterday and said that the first thing she noticed or thought was she needed to get so much fitter, having played a guy in the top 10. I know you haven't had too much time to assess, but what are your initial thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, out there I thought my level was definitely there, but it's just the consistency that wavered for me. Yeah, like I felt like my game is definitely there. It's just that I just need to be able to maintain that for longer periods of time, then I think I'll be all right.
You seemed to read his serve early on, and you did get one break in the first, but things got a little bit more difficult after that. Was that?
Yeah, I thought he served pretty well. I don't know what his serving percentage was, but I felt like he served a pretty high percentage. Didn't really get me. I didn't really get a hold of too many of his service games at that first, break I had.
What were you most happy about with your own game? Your own service game seemed to work pretty well.
Yeah, I don't know. The conditions were pretty slow out there, so I felt like I used variety pretty well on my serve. It's always tough. I don't have the biggest serve, so I've got to use spins and other ways to, try and get 3 points out of my serve.
This is a bit of an odd question, but Dylan Alcott was on commentary for your match and said that you told him that you shaved your legs before the match because you were going to be on TV.
Yes, I shaved my legs, not because I was playing on TV. But, yeah, no, thanks, Dylan. Cheers.
What? Why?
Oh, just because I have my ankles taped, so I don't want to, pull some hairs out. Yeah, a bit soft, really.
You appreciate him
sharing
that?
Yeah, thanks.
When you get a wild card to a major event, what's the feeling that you get? Does it spur you on, or does it add another layer of pressure, perhaps?
No, I don't feel any pressure. I feel like it's reward for hard effort throughout the year, and I felt like I've embraced it, and I feel like I've justified my wild card making the third round here.
Be a nice payday for you after this fortnight. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to help me throughout the year, definitely. I'm not going to have to worry about, week to week, whether or not I'm going to have enough money to cover myself. So it's a big thing for me.
Is that how tight it actually is, like at the level that you've been playing, that you kind of have to really watch your pennies and where you go and where you stay and all that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I mainly play on the Challenger tours, and the tournaments, I guess, don't have the prize money like the Grand Slams do, so it is a little bit more, I guess, tight. Like you're tight with your money a little bit more, but yeah, still, I guess it gives you more incentive to want to play these big tournaments.
I'm working on a story on Dylan, so I'm just curious how well you know him and how he sort of fits into the mix of the Australian tennis guys, because he's obviously playing a different draw than most of you.
Yeah, I'm pretty tight with Dylan. We both live here, we both train here, so we see him most days. He even, after I walked off court, we walked off and had a chat straight after the match, so we're pretty tight.
Given you might have a rankings climb, will you alter your plans for the year? Like, will you target different tournaments now?
Yeah, definitely. I think I'll try and play a lot more tour events this year. As many as I can, as many as I can get into. And then, hopefully I can keep this form up, and then I'll be in the top 100.
Zverev mentioned your power at the end and gave you a compliment that the ball was coming through pretty fast, particularly on a windy evening. Is that something you've got to kind of get under control, or to progress?
It's sort of a blessing and a curse sometimes. I may have all this power, but sometimes the control isn't always there, and sometimes what I struggle with is finding that fine line, the balance between going for too much and not going for enough.
What do you make of all the hype? I've seen the excitement back home in Murray Bridge, and you've been on the back page of the paper in Adelaide as well. Do you like all that?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I guess I've never really experienced this before, so it's all sort of a novelty at the moment, and I'm just trying to lap it up as much as I can.
You mentioned the hair in your legs, but are you keeping the hair in your head, or are you...
No, I'll probably get rid of it now that I've lost. Probably, we'll get rid of it.
Are you hopeful of playing Davis Cup? Is that your next...
I mean, I'll always put my hand up for Davis Cup, and if they want me to play, I'll gladly put my hand up.
Have you been able to insulate yourself from the storm elsewhere in Aussie men's tennis this week?
To be honest, I've just been focusing on what I've been doing. You know, it's sort of been a whirlwind, so I haven't really been able to, focus on anything else.
What have you enjoyed most about the week? I mean, apart from winning and stuff, but is there anything sort of a little bit different that, you know, perhaps in the players' pod or whatever, or that you've enjoyed, or...
I don't know. Probably just being able to play in front of my family and friends, because I don't really get to do that very often at all. You know, it's really just once a year that I get to do that, and then to have all my family and friends over tonight to be able to watch me on Rod Laver was pretty special.
What's in the water at Murray Bridge? You got there's a couple of footy players, is there as well? And is it Luke Saville? And...
Yeah, he's from around my area. I don't know. I guess we just breed them tough in Murray Bridge, eh?
Take 2 more questions.
Where do you see Australian men's tennis at the moment? I mean, we've all seen some new names, at least to the public, over the past week. But how does this compare in the period that you've been playing?
I think Australian tennis is on the up. You know, we've got a couple young, really good players in Demonar and Poprin coming through now. Demon's leading the chase for us Aussies, and you got Millman and Ebden. You know, we've got all these quality guys in the top 100 now, and I think it's great for us. You know, it's pushing all us other guys that are outside the top 100 really to strive for more.